Virgo, and welcome to your June 2018 general reading. I'm just setting my alarm. I'm going to have to pull additional guidance cards for you, Virgo. That's not your card, by the way. Your card is Serendipity. So serendipity is about coincidences, destiny, you know, these fated meetings, Virgo, that's the right time at the right place, that it's beyond conscious control, okay? I call it God, by the way, but as a word for universal power. And you're ending in the Wheel of Fortune, okay? I think you're going to have quite an interesting month, Virgo. I think it's going to be one of these months. You know, you have one of these months that before the breakthrough, you're in a bit of a bleh. Just because for a seed to be born, it goes through an awful lot of pounding and pressure that can manifest as boredom, frustration, but what's happening is you're being sprouted, basically, okay? That's how we should never try and judge hard times. I'm not saying you've got a hard time here, but it's a bit more of a quieter month. But when I look at your cards, it's a classic case of something being formed, essentially. And sometimes before something's formed, there's a period of lullness when you feel, oh my God, nothing's happening, and then boom, does something happen, okay? I am going to pull you a few extra cards. So you enter May, not June, with the Queen of Pentacles and the Three of Discs. Love this Queen. In your element, Virgo. Beautiful, earthy sensuality. Keep everything slow, okay? Everything, be very tuned into that earth element of yours. How the only thing nature does quickly is destroy, okay? Everything in life goes through this beautiful, natural, earthy element of growth. When we're in the Queen of Pentacles energy, we're in our sexuality, in our sensuality, we're in our body, and when we're in our body, we're in our true home, okay? The peacock gets its tail by eating its thorns, which were our old thinking patterns, because our old thinking patterns are our thieves that rob us of our right to be happy and our right to be, our right to claim our rightful destiny. This peacock has overcame a lot of our old thinking and our old belief systems, and you're standing in your very proud, very beautiful Virgo energy. It's with the Three of Discs. The Three of Discs, loads of different meanings for me. It is a card of cooperation and coming together. It's traditionally a work card, but not necessarily, because it's a card about cooperation and uniting with a sense of destiny, of a sense of this inevitable flow of life. But it's definitely a card of cooperation, so not fighting things, but being okay with what's going on for you. Really, really like both these cards for you. There's a harmony going on. But what you most want is a Chariot card. You want to move forward, Virgo, okay? And this is where you can choose to be in a conflict, or you can choose serendipity. And I trust that the universe has your back, because your protector card is the Hanged Man, okay? Now, not a card that anyone likes, and the reason we don't like it is we've lost contact with the true source of power. And the true source of power is not about pushing to make things happen. That's an old way of being. Our true source of power comes from a very, very surrendered, peaceful state that allows the process of life to unfold without controlling it. It's also that very, very, very deep feminine power, because feminine power is the power to allow, basically. So there might be a little bit of a tension here, or you can be in charge and just say, this is the energy I've got, and I'm going to move deeper and deeper into that state of peace with my own existence. I know which one I choose, Virgo, okay? You're challenged, the Ace of Swords, so you might have a bit of a challenge to have clarity about where things are how things are progressing for you, okay? Some of you might be seeing truths you don't want to see, that Ace of Swords, because it's very double-edged, okay? Or you might just be like, sometimes a hangman can be that sense of, oh, I just don't have the clarity to make clear-cut decisions. But as I said before, you're here to incorporate in Pisces energy. And Pisces energy is merging with the whole and trusting, complete trust, basically. And the gift of faith is faith. So once we start to believe in our vision for our lives, I'm not saying overnight, but we start to get the life that we want. But it's asking you to have complete faith, and maybe that might be a tiny bit of a challenge, okay? But the Judgment card, again, is your additional guidance card. This is hearing a call, hearing a vision for your life, a life that you want to lead. But it might be you're birthing in the dark, okay? It's not quite sprouted yet, and that's when we fall into trouble, Virgo. Because we fall into hopelessness and despair, and we fall into our old belief systems. Or you can stand in your powerful queen and not go backwards, go forwards, live in the here and now, and trust how this is going to unfold for you. In your relationship house, ooh, very interesting. You got the Seven of Swords here. Shall I stay or shall I go? Okay, basically. Traditionally called the Deception card. I don't tend to read my cards that way, but I have to say it. I tend to say its traditional meaning can be a bit of deceptive energy going on here. Also, how I read the cards is you might be stalling a process, Virgo, okay? Because to overthinking. For some of you, there's a brand new love here, look, calling you. You might be overthinking it, that why, or Virgo. This is not a love that can be avoided, by the way, but the Ace of Cups, because look at the picture. But there's a stalling process. You know what, Virgo? You know what I always say? I've got a strange background. And you know what I just say to people now? There's only one thing we have to do, is love what we love. That's it. There is no other. I know we all have to provide for ourselves and things, but we have to love what we love. I'm not saying if someone's not karmically available, don't go there, because that's not your energy, Virgo. It's just not what you're about. But some strange energies pulling you. Work and money, you've got the Ten of Wands. Some of you might be tired and fed up with what you're doing, basically. Okay? The Ten of Wands is, oh my God, will this ever end? Carrying too much loads. Tends to be hard work and a feeling of, I want to put these ones down because I want to move on to something else. That's how I tend to read it. I'm not going to clarify this, Virgo. Actually, I will, because the Strength card has showed its face. The Strength card, you might be asked to do some endurance, Virgo, with these two cards. Sorry, I'm not laughing. I'm just like, it's pretty clear. I don't tend to read this card as endurance, the Strength card, because endurance gets a bad rap. But as a Virgo, I don't think you're a stranger to endurance, okay? None of the earth signs tend to be. You might be asked to work for this energy a little bit. Remember, put as many of these wands down as you can, so you're not carrying too much of a load, but there might be a feeling of being a little bit oppressed, Virgo, around your work situation. Again, the Strength card is a card of soul unification. You can choose to be controlled by that lion, or you can choose to get a grip of it. And, you know, we can feel it. We can say, you know, we can start to, we open up our world to new potentials. But sometimes you need to juggle, and you need to be in an unperfect situation for a little while as your soul evolves. Okay? At a soul level, you've got the Hierophant. To your own self, be true here. That's how I'm reading this card. It's a Taurus card, the card of tradition, of earthiness, but it's also about developing your own inner code of ethics, because we all have them. We all have our own spiritual DNA, which we have to allow to come forward. So we develop not someone else's code of ethics, but our own unique soul signature. That is one of the beauties of life, Virgo, when we start to develop our own soul signature, which leads our destiny, because we become so free. We become so, I'm not saying right away, but we become free when we develop our own sense of individual destiny. And it's with the Two of Cups, okay? There's definitely some relationship, some deep soul relationship going on here. There might be a chance the person's not totally available, or they could be very, very different from you. Like very, 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 very different. And you're blown away by it, and you're like, it means I have to step way out of my comfort zone to embrace this love. I don't think you've got much choice. Your outcome, first, now don't roll your eyes. First of all, you're still feeling a little bit stuck, unable to move forward. But you're processing, and when you finish processing, things move to the Wheel of Fortune, okay? Life makes sense, okay? It doesn't make sense when we're following someone else's code for our life. But when we're following our own, life is so simple. It's so simple, it's breathtaking. But it's our soul signature that we need to develop, our own individual way of being. You're hearing the call. I think for some of you it's about new love, but it might be complicated. Absolutely crap when this happens, but it's part of our karma. And when it happens, that's what needs to be worked with. The why have I attracted this? And that is a whole nother chapter, Virgo. Okay? Loads of love, guys. Absolutely love your reading. I'm only excited for you. Challenging? A bit. But you can deal with it, Virgo. Being that queen. Being your power. Love you. Bye.